Okay, here we go. Our first tutorial, introduction to everything MGM task force. All right, so this is the basics of what you need to be able to share all of the graphic work you do for your task force, the efficient way of sharing, so we don't have to email each other all the time. So the best way to do that is the end goal is for all of you to have this folder, the AF MGM task force, and the AF source photos. The end goal is to have these right here residing on your Windows Explorer here on your computer where it's synced up like this. When you open up yours, go ahead and open up yours as you're watching this. Just click your Windows Explorer page where all the little folder here. You'll click that, and then what'll come up would be this PC. It'll be your PC. You'll see all of this information. You'll see your desktop, your documents, downloads, music, all of that. But right up here under OneDrive FSU, that is here on mine because I synced my OneDrive to my computer. And in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how I did that. So I'm going to minimize this, come down to Internet Explorer, and I'm going to type in OneDrive FSU. It's the first one that pops up, OneDrive for Business, Information Technology Services. Just click that, and you'll see that we're taken straight to an FSU web page. This is for ITS, and this is OneDrive for Business. OneDrive for Business, a cloud storage and file sharing service from Microsoft. Thank you very much. Keeps all your files in one secure access at anywhere location. That's perfect. So we have about 5 terabytes of encrypted cloud storage. The main point is real-time collaboration with colleagues or students. So we're colleagues, so this is what we want. This is great. So to access OneDrive for Business, go online, and but you'll have to just click this right here, faculty, staff. So click this, and you'll be brought here. So basically, the information you put in here will be the same exact information that whenever you go to log into My FSU, so you have your FSU ID and your password here, that's what you'll be using to log in here. So I'm going to put mine in, JTHG, and the only difference I noticed was with this, you don't have to put the @fsu.edu for your My FSU sign in. However, for FSU, the Office 365 login, you have to put @fsu.edu. I had a huge ordeal with it, and ITS had to explain that to me, that I have to include the @fsu.edu, or else it just won't know who I'm talking about. And this is an old password here, so I'm going to put in my new one because I have yet to save. Sign in. Yes. So it'll take you to your email, and this is within Office 365. So click up here. This is your app launcher to access all your 365 apps. You have PowerPoint, SharePoint, all of this good stuff. But we're going to go to OneDrive. Okay, so as you can see, here within my OneDrive, I have the AF MGM Task Force, and I have the AF Source Photos. And as you can see as well, it's shared. It's shared with multiple people. The AF source photos should be shared with every single AF personnel. If you do not have access to this, please let me know. I will share it with you immediately. Also, since you are in the MGM task force, if you do not see this in your OneDrive, please let me know, and I will share that with you, or let your task force lead for MGM know, and they will share it with you. So in order to have this, or anything really, anything in your OneDrive, to have any of that synced up to your Windows Explorer like this. As you can see, what you're going to need to do, you're going to have to sync them. So we'll go back to the web browser here, to our OneDrive, and we'll click up here, Sync. Do you want to allow this website to open a program on your computer? Hit Allow, and once you click Allow, another little window will come up here, and it will just basically give you a prompt, and it'll give you directions. It'll say, let me just go ahead and hit this. Getting ready to sync. We're opening OneDrive on your computer. Sign in with your FSU email, or the one that you use to log into Office 365. Use that if prompted. Okay, but as you can see, a second ago, you saw something appear and then disappear simultaneously. This is basically because I already made the sync with my computer. As you've already seen, this is already synced. So just follow the prompts, follow the directions, and it was very easy to set that up. With that said, I'm going to back out of this, minimize, come back here. So now this should appear on your computer. Everything like attachments, documents, Excel documents, anything that you've created on your OneDrive will appear here. And as soon as you have access to these two, they will appear as well. And they may appear at the top since it's AF, since it's in alphabetical order. It should appear up here. If not, that's fine, as long as you have access to it. But now we're going to explore the AF MGM Task Force folder. So when you click here, you'll see Advising First. You'll click that again, and then here we go. As you can see, each file that you see, it represents a task force that resides within AF. You have Diversity and Inclusion, Fund Committee, IMAF, MGM, that's us. That's for basically our logo, in case we ever need to throw that on anything that we produce for our task force. If we ever want to include it, we can. We have the short logo here that you can put on. That's a PNG, so there's some transparency there. So the only thing that will show up will be the actual logo and nothing over here, just this part. Okay, here's the full logo with our marketing, graphics, and media title at the top so that people know what MGM stands for. We're not Metro Goldwyn Mayer. We are marketing, graphics, and media. So if you wanted to use a shorthand logo, there it is. If you want the full one, there it is as well. And then here's the workspace mother file. It's the Adobe Photoshop file. It's where we can, if you have Photoshop downloaded and installed into your computer, then once you click that, it'll open it up in Photoshop and you can manipulate it however you want from that point. I encourage you to look into Photoshop if you haven't already done so. You do have access to the entire Adobe suite, which includes Photoshop, Lightroom, Premiere Pro, Audition, any of those that you want to learn. You can most definitely learn it. You can use Photoshop. I encourage you to use Photoshop to learn that. It's really simple. Tutorial 1 will explain Photoshop in terms of, within the context of AF and what we use it for MGM, just the basic stuff. But for any further stuff you want to learn about Photoshop, I encourage you to come here. So I'm going to log into myfsu.edu. All right, so faculties and staff, here we go. So with benefits and resources, right over here, you'll click the down arrow. And right down here is lynda.com online training. You can click this. And you'll create a profile and you'll log in to lynda.com. You get this for free just by simply being an FSU employee. I already created mine. I've been learning a few things. Here's cinematography, a few other things I've been wanting to learn. But it definitely has Photoshop in here to where you can learn step by step at your own pace. This is an amazing resource. Lynda.com. You have free access to it. I encourage you to, expand yourself, in terms of graphic and design, if you so wish. So yeah, because Photoshop, that's where everything is generated within our materials, our logo for MGM and AF. It's all in Photoshop. So yeah, if you want to learn it more in depth, lynda.com is the way to go. But every now and then I'll share tutorials to help in terms of what we do as in MGM. All right, so if you ever have any questions at all, please let your AF MGM task force lead know, and they'll be glad to help. At this point, it is me, Justin, but in the future, for future reference, if whoever your task force lead is for MGM, they will have full access to all of this. And so yes, thank you very much for your time today. And if you ever have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.